Good morning. Las Vegas starts with breaking news. The 215 is shut down from Hualapai to North Durango after police were forced to shoot and kill a robbery suspect overnight. We have team coverage of this breaking news. Yasmin Hassan is watching our roads with this massive closure, and 13 Action News reporter Parker Collins is out near the 215 and Hualapai where this all happened overnight. We're going to get right out to him where police just finished up giving a press conference. Parker.
Like you said, Dana, that press conference ended just seconds ago. I want to show you what we're seeing. We've been pushed pretty far back. This Highway 215 Beltway has been shut down in both directions. We are at Hualapai, but it's shut down all the way through Durango and Fort Apache. This whole thing started, though, way downtown. This chase lasted for miles. They recognized this guy's car because it's connected to a string of robberies that happened in Henderson, more than a dozen of them. They tried to get this guy. He would not stop. They put down tire deflation, all that kind of stuff. Eventually, they shot him, and he is dead right now. They did find a gun on scene, but they're not telling us very much. Like I said, that press conference just ended. There's a lot of investigative work yet to do at this point, but we do know one man is dead and no officers were injured. Reporting live, Parker Collins, 13 Action News.
Okay, Parker, thanks so much. So let's just go over some of that again. We did just learn that the robbery suspect who police shot overnight was wanted for a series of robberies in Henderson and Las Vegas. We've learned the suspect did commit those robberies. Police say that he was caught on camera at this Henderson Dairy Queen Tuesday night near Pecos and Windmill. And then our sources say that this is the same man who carjacked a woman near Warm Springs and Valley Verde on Monday. We've been showing you that video here on Action News all week long. Now, this whole incident is causing major traffic issues, or at least it's going to, especially when it gets a little bit busier out there. Yasmin Hassan has that for us. Yasmin.
That's right, Dana. So again, the 215 shut down in both directions right now. The 215 on the north side of town between Durango and Hualapai. So if you do need to go through this area, your options are, if you're maybe coming from the Summerlin area, you can hop off at Cheyenne and then hold it over to the 95 and either go north or south that way. But if you are heading from the north and maybe going south, you're still going to want to take the 95 southbound, and then you can connect over to Cheyenne back to the 215 or just take the 95 all the way. But the Centennial Bowl right now is open. 4:32 now. That's a look at your problem solver traffic.
All right, thanks, Yasmin. We're going to continue to cover this story all morning long with live pictures, reports straight from the scene. We've got two reporters there. In the meantime, we're going to put up a box on the bottom left of our screen so we can monitor this breaking news all the time, even while we bring you some other stories as well. Beth?
Yeah, it's going to be a rough morning as students try to get to Centennial High School, so we'll be staying on top of this for you. Dana, thank you. Time now, 4:32. We are aware that there's a lot of other news that matters to you, including the forecast. Greg, you're always one of our viewer favorites.
Oh, thank you so much, Beth. Yeah, you know, definitely a rough start already when it comes down to the roadways, but we do have a great forecast for you getting off on your morning commute here. Let's talk about it. Current conditions, clear skies within the Las Vegas Valley, 67 degrees, humidity content, nice little sweet spot to feature with that 67-degree mark, and a southwest wind at about 3 miles per hour. Great stuff. Maybe needing that light jacket for that early morning commute. As we get a little bit closer to sunrise, we will cool off the temperature 2 or 3 more degrees. But as we move through the day today, it's looking quite nice. Lots of sunshine, mild still on those winds, and temperatures in the upper 80s. Unfortunately, gusty conditions literally just around the corner for us. I'm tracking it in your next 13 First Alert weather forecast. Guys?
Thanks, Greg. Happening today, the Nevada Assembly will resume work on a proposed funding package to build a $1.3 billion NFL stadium in Las Vegas. Lawmakers were off yesterday to observe Yom Kippur. Late Tuesday, the Nevada Senate approved the financing bill. If it clears the Assembly, the package would head to the governor's desk. NFL team owners would also have to approve the plan to allow the Raiders to move to Las Vegas from Oakland.
Yeah, we may have some breaking news out of Carson City today. Violent crime in our city is up about 15%. Now, people living in Summerlin are worried about the crime in their area. Dozens of people living on that side of town met with police last night to discuss their concerns. Metro's Northwest Area Commander says crime actually isn't much of an issue in Summerlin, up by only 1%.
Street robberies, people getting their car ripped off, burglaries are up.
neighbors say they want to see more cops on the streets, and Metro's Northwest Area Commander tells us he is putting more detectives on violent crime cases and doing more community meetings.
And breaking overnight, Boston police forced to open fire after responding to reports of a person with a gun. Now the suspect is dead and 2 officers are wounded after being shot multiple times. Police say that this started when the officers responded to reports of a person with a gun. Officers think this was a domestic incident gone bad, but police spent the night searching for a suspect when they came under fire, and police shot and killed the suspect.
Right now, Donald Trump is facing a slew of new allegations of sexual assault. This video from 2005 is only the tip of the iceberg as more women come forward reporting unwanted sexual advances from Trump.
It was a real shock when all of a sudden his hands were all over me. He started encroaching on my space. He was like an octopus. It was like he had 6 arms.
In a New York Times report, Jessica Leeds says she was groped by Trump on a plane back in the 80s, and he tried to put his hand up her skirt. Another woman, Rachel Crooks, says when she worked at Trump Tower in 2005, Trump kissed her on the cheek and on the mouth when they first met. The Trump campaign has responded with this statement saying, quote, "This entire article is fiction, and for the New York Times to launch a completely false, coordinated character assassination against Mr. Trump on a topic like this is dangerous."
Well, breaking overnight, the Washington Post has endorsed Hillary Clinton for president. The paper says that Clinton is best fit to heal a nation that is so sharply divided.
Friends don't let friends vote for Trump.
Hillary Clinton taking a stand against Trump right here in Las Vegas. At the rally, she told people who know Trump supporters to stage an intervention. Things at the Smith Center got lively last night. Yeah, a protester got kicked out for an inappropriate sign. Toward the back of the crowd, some men got into a fight, and you can see the protester's shirt was ripped off. Security escorted him out. Vice President Joe Biden will be in town today campaigning for Hillary and U.S. Senate candidate Catherine Cortez Masto. That event will be held at the Culinary Hall near Oakey and Commerce. Doors open at 10:45 this morning. The event starts at 12:45 and it is open to the public. We have new details on a deadly plane crash in Connecticut. Why the FBI is now saying this crash may have been intentional. And a school bus driver being hailed a hero for what he did to save students on his bus. That story is next. Plus, Greg's watching your forecast.
Absolutely, and we've got clear skies now over the southern Nevada area, but clouds will start to build. Gusty conditions around 40 miles per hour. It's all being tracked in your 13 First Alert weather forecast.
And we are continuing to follow breaking news near the 215 and Hualapai. Police have shot and killed a suspect. More after the break. Right now, the FBI says a deadly plane crash in Connecticut may have been intentional. The instructor who survived agrees, saying this crash was not an accident. The other man on board, a 28-year-old flight school student, did not survive the crash. Authorities say that this happened Tuesday when the two men were coming into land. Each had their own set of controls to fly the plane. Still, no word on who was in control at the time of the crash. When the plane went down, it smashed into utility poles and narrowly missed a minivan with a mother and 3 children inside. Then the plane burst into flames.
3 poles, when it hit the last one, it just boom.
While the pilot is in fair condition this morning, the FBI is still questioning him and searching the home of the flight student.
A school bus driver in Wisconsin is being hailed a hero this morning. He's getting a lot of thanks for what he did when their bus caught fire on the way to school.
Brand new bus. Who would ever dream that it'd be just totally gone within minutes?
Well, he's been driving bus for 3 decades, and he managed to get all 15 kids off the bus safely. Police are investigating why the bus caught fire.
Everybody's thanking me, but I want to make the biggest thank you to every kid on this bus that you were great. That's who really needs the thank you.
What a great bus driver. Now heartfelt notes are pouring in, thanking Mike and calling him a hero and an amazing driver.
We are continuing to follow breaking news near the 215 and Hualapai. We're going to take a live look right now. You can see this is at the 215. It's shut down in both directions after officers shot and killed a robbery suspect overnight. We're going to have more on how this all started coming up next. Breaking right now, the 215 is shut down from Hualapai to North Durango in both directions this morning. We've got a live look now where officers shot and killed a suspect overnight. This is going to cause some major traffic headaches. So we're going to get over to Yasmin, who has been looking around at the area and giving us some alternate, I know you've got some suggestions, some alternate routes for folks that need to head in that direction this morning.
That's right. This is a very, very busy area, and it could be a huge problem this morning. And it's the purple you see on your screen on the north side of town, Hualapai over to Durango, like Dana just said. So if you do need to get around this area, you can take southbound 95, and then you can get off at the Cheyenne exit, and then that'll connect you back over to the 215. Here's the thing, though. The Centennial Hills Medical Hospital is in this area, and the Durango exit is very popular. So if you do need to go to work, if you need to go to the hospital this morning, just take the 95 north and then get off at Durango that way. That exit will remain open. Now, if you're maybe heading from the Summerlin area and you need to go north, you can take the Cheyenne over and then hop over to the 95, either head north or south that way. 95 Centennial Bowl are open right now. Here's a live look at what's happening. You can see it's slow traffic, so that's the good news. But flipping the camera around, you are going to see flashing lights in the background if you are driving through this area. So you just want to stay on the 95 this morning. 446 now. Greg, to you.
All right, thank you so much, Yasmin. We're checking Desert Doppler radar right now, and I can tell you, at least when it comes to the weather, we have got clear skies within Las Vegas. We have got clear skies here across the southern Nevada area. Another beautiful day is expected, but grab this one while you can, because as we move on into the next several, hours here, next 24 to be more precise, we have a massive cold front, low pressure system that we're going to have to deal with moving on into the southern Nevada area by tomorrow and then pushing on into the weekend. Again, it does have a lot of rainfall involved with it, but the chances for rain for us here in southern Nevada are still less than 5%. It's something else that we're going to have to deal with. Right now, 67 degrees within the Las Vegas Valley, 56 Prim, 46 around Pahrump. Definitely starting off with the sweaters there. 63 Henderson and about 66 to the Boulder City area. Perhaps that light jacket wise decision for your morning, but I'm telling you, moving on into the afternoon, we are still getting back to the t-shirt weather. 72 degrees, plenty of sunshine by 9 a.m. Moving right on into your lunchtime hour, 82 degrees. Again, ideal to find a place that's got outdoor seating for that lunchtime break. And then, of course, moving on into 3 p.m., normally where we hit our high, and that's where it's going to be 87 degrees when you pick up those kids from school. That's the high for central Las Vegas. A local area is up to about 89 degrees or as cool as about 85 within the Las Vegas Valley. So we're doing great temperature-wise today, but again, we do have major changes starting tomorrow. It's coming with wind. Here are your high temperatures for all of southern Nevada today. Mid-upper 80s looking very, very common for you. But the 7-day forecast puts in those gusty conditions by tomorrow, continues through the weekend and into Monday. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour. We'll talk more about it in your next 13 First Alert weather forecast. Beth.
Greg, thanks. Take a good look at your screen right now. Police need your help finding this person of interest you see in surveillance video. Police say he was walking through this lobby near Flamingo and Maryland Parkway with a murder victim. That victim was later found stabbed to death at his apartment Tuesday night, so they want to know who was with him. Right now, the man you see behind me is being held on $350,000 bail. He's accused of sexually assaulting a minor. Police say 28-year-old Jose Batista was working for Pahrump High School at the time. He's accused of having lewd conversations with a 17-year-old girl on social media and inviting her to his house.
New details now on a wild road rage incident that was all caught on camera. It shows a man and a woman duking it out at an intersection of Flamingo and Eastern. Police now believe the woman in the video had a knife. We originally told you just the man was holding a tire iron. While witnesses tell us that the altercation started several miles back at Sahara and Maryland Parkway, the woman told people nearby when she missed a light change. The man started honking, then followed her.
More parents are reaching out to 13 Action News, saying teachers are refusing to let their kids go to the bathroom during class. Listen to what a father says happened to his son.
So he was telling me that basically he had asked her twice, and that he said that on the second time when he asked her, that she came up to his desk and leaned into him and said, you know, I don't care, you can go in your pants.
Teo Ramirez says that's exactly what his 6-year-old son did. He wet himself in his first grade class. We're now hearing from many viewers on Facebook who say this has happened to their kids too. CCSD says they're looking into it. As for the initial incident we reported on with a middle schooler, the district says they're working to educate teachers about letting kids go to the bathroom when they ask.
Well, I'm looking at a new study that is questioning the value of mammograms for breast cancer screenings, saying the screenings may have been oversold. Well, the study is in the New England Journal of Medicine and found that women who get mammograms are more likely to get unnecessary treatment. Researchers found that the screening finds many early cancers that won't grow or spread and don't need to be treated. Mammograms do catch some deadly cancers and save lives. The government recommends screening every other year starting at age 50.
Good morning, Las Vegas. The time now is 4:50. A high school volleyball player is going viral this morning for what she did during the national anthem. It will blow you away.
And we are continuing our team coverage of breaking news. An officer-involved shooting shutting down the 215 live drive, heading to the scene right now.
Breaking right now, the 215 is shut down from Hualabai to North Durango in both directions. We're going to take a live look there where officers shot and killed a suspect overnight. I believe we had that live picture. Well, here you can see the area is obviously closed down like we had mentioned, and you can see a heavy police presence there as they investigate. They did just wrap up talking with reporters, and so we're finding out that a robbery suspect was shot and killed by police, and that this suspect is the same person who actually was involved in that carjacking in Henderson and multiple other robberies in Henderson and Las Vegas as well. Well, we know that it's going to cause some major traffic delays. We've got a map here that's going to show us that area, and you can see it right behind me there. So you can see this is where the police actually let down the spike strips. That's how they're saying they were able to stop the vehicle. And then the suspect was shot. You can see that's where the area that they have shut down, but all that section is closed as they continue to investigate. But you can see all the way down where the chase started, and then police were saying it also led to the downtown area as well. So Yasmin is taking a look at the traffic around that area. It's going to be an issue this morning. Obviously, it is already, Yasmin, but as traffic starts to pick up, it's going to be more of a headache.
Right, and we don't know how long officers are going to be out here, so we are just going to continue saying that it is closed and you are going to want to avoid it right now. 215 again between Hualapai and Durango in both directions. And as we get closer to rush hour, Centennial High School also in this area, so this could be a big problem for schools. I know it's still early, but listen, Centennial Parkway still open. You can access that through the 95. Now, if you do need to drive through this area, you can head south on the 95. If you want to head back over to the 215, Cheyenne will connect you over. If you're coming from the south side, again, Cheyenne exit over to the 95, either north or south, depending on where you need to go. But you're definitely going to want to avoid the 215 on the north side of town this morning. 4:54 now. That's a look at your problem solver traffic.
Please hurry. There's one child that's been shot. We're just hoping all the doors are locked so we can't get in.
Wow, chilling 911 calls from a deadly school shooting in South Carolina. You can hear teachers begging police to hurry as they try to save the life of 6-year-old Jacob Hall. Police say after first killing his father, the 14-year-old suspect drove to the school and opened fire. Officers say he was yelling that he, quote, hated his life. Jacob, another student, and a teacher were shot. Jacob died from his injuries days later. Now the state wants to try the alleged shooter as an adult. Dana?
All right, breaking news, Wells Fargo CEO John Stumpf is retiring. The move comes amid a growing scandal and uproar at Wells Fargo. Company employees created millions of fake bank and credit card accounts over the years in order to reach sales goals. Critics say that the sales goals were so unrealistic, employees were forced to cheat to reach them.
Well, he'll be retiring with Quite the golden parachute. Now to a 13 Action News update on a local disabled veteran whose home was ransacked. After our story aired, one of our viewers was moved to help that man. Take a look at what happened.
Thanks for your service. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, good to know there's good people.
I love it. Renee Lucero says she comes from a military family, so this story hit home for her.
My stepfather was always helping people all the time, and this is something I know that he would do. He was always helping.
Lucero says she wanted to help James Turpins after someone broke into his home and took several items, including a TV and some important paperwork. Yesterday, James did get some of his stuff back, but also a TV from a viewer. You gotta love that, Greg.
Yeah, good stuff right there. I've got some great stuff for today's forecast. Mainly sunny skies, light winds, temperatures into the upper 80s. Looking great today. By tomorrow, though, gusty conditions start to roll on in. Again, talking about those 40-mile-per-hour gusts, here they are now associated with your 3 p.m. hour. This actually holds right through your weekend into the next work week. So just be prepared if you have any outdoor plans. It's going to be a bit windier out there. Notice your morning lows here, or your overnight lows as well, getting very close to almost the upper 50s, and it's only going to get chilly from here. And you know where I'm going through with this, right, folks? We're talking about Coats for Kids campaign. You know, especially during your winter season, the kids heading off to the bus stop need those jackets and coats. You know, if you've got a gently used one, or maybe you just want to go out to the stores and buy a brand new one. I know they can be as cheap as about 15, 20 bucks. You can donate them to any tropical smoothie location in the valley, and you can find those locations on our website, ktnv.com. Beth?
Greg, thank you. A high school volleyball player is going viral this morning for stepping in when the recording of the national anthem failed. And of course, it's topping our look at today's stories now trending. She didn't kind of sing it, she sang it. San Antonio High School senior Marina Garcia stepped in and started singing. She says she's been singing for most of her life. She's been in choir since 3rd grade, and so she decided no reason she couldn't do it.
And Beth, here's what's trending from the Breaking News Center. An engineer in Pennsylvania is attempting to make a drone that can navigate through our bloodstream or other bodily fluids. That's right. This drone would be able to provide better images of the human body as well as administer medicine. So pretty cool. We'll see if it happens. And when it is no longer needed, it would just dissolve apparently. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Amazing.
Yeah, you can check out all the stories that are trending today. We've got more on our website, ktnv.com. I'm continuing to follow breaking news right now, though. Our whole team is working on it. We are live at the scene where police are looking at, where actually police have shot and killed a suspect. We're also looking at traffic, and we're watching all that from the Breaking News Center.